Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode of the Challenge USA Season 2. We're almost getting down to the wire. Hopefully, within the next episode or two, we'll be getting to the final 2 episodes.
Yep, 2 episodes. They said
Okay.
this is the last episode before the final.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready for.
And plus, they got to because season 39 is starting in like 2 weeks. So
yeah, I'm ready for season 39. I'm ready. This episode, when we start off, we're coming back from another Chris elimination, and I literally could not remember. Like, I'm like, who did he just get through eliminating? Because he's been down there so many times. I was getting confused. I was like, was it Wes? Was it Tyler? Who was it? And it was
it was
Tyler.
both of them. It was both of them.
Well, yeah. So I was confused for a second. I was like, who just left? But yeah, Chris is back. He has one elimination again, and he's I feel like he's kind of feeling down because he's like on his own really in the house. But half of that is his fault. A lot of it is kind of his fault because he was. I mean, they are now throwing him in to throw him in, but I think at the beginning he was playing too many sides. He could have stayed with the rookie people, but he chose.
But even then, I feel like he wasn't really playing too. Like, I don't get when they be like, "I'm playing too many sides." Like, it was clear from jump he was leaning towards his regular blue team or whatever team he was on at that point. I think it was blue, and then kind of like I don't think he ever played too many sides. Like, it was always like, I'm low key with the vets, and Survivor is.
But that's what I'm saying. He shouldn't have been low key with the vets. Those Survivor people were ready to.
But Josh and Michelle are with the vets. It's still playing.
No, that does not count. Josh does not count as a rookie. Josh does not count as.
I understand that, but I'm
Josh
saying
counts as a
Josh
vet.
and Michelle are doing the same thing.
But
where
that's
they trying
different.
to use Big Brother or Survivor to cover them, but also play with the vets.
No, that is totally different. Josh doing what he do is totally different than Chris trying to do the exact same thing because Josh knows these people. These are pre-established relationships. So
Chris, he doesn't have pre-established relationships, but he has established relationships in that game for him to think that he can do that though.
No, because if Josh go and do a little dibble dabble with the rookies, the vets know he ain't serious and he's still with us. So they ain't gonna question his loyalty. These people, neither one of them are having an established relationship with Chris. So if I see you dibbling dabbling with them, I'm assuming you with them. As opposed to Josh, we are real friends in real life outside the house. So if I see you over there, I'm not too worried because I know you still got my back. Chris did not have those relationships first. So you cannot dibble and dabble when you have not been here before. I don't know you.
So we do see that Desi and Chanel confront Michelle about her betrayal. And basically she was like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't vote for Tori. No shit. Like
I wouldn't even say nothing though. Like seriously, you gonna have to pry it out of my you gonna have to pry it out of me. I ain't even mentioning it. Who wants some dinner? Who wants what we having for dinner? I'm not even mentioning it. Like I understand it might be obvious, but you're gonna keep on guessing. I'm gonna guessing. I'm gonna be like, who did it? Who did
that comes in because after they like, oh, I can't trust you no more. You've been playing sides, da da da. And I was like, but y'all said this already. Like y'all already knew Michelle was doing this, so that's why
they knew she was doing it. But I think that it's like,
how can y'all be mad when y'all know it's already being done?
But
like you can't be mad at something you clearly see happen. Like you know she wasn't on your side.
I think they still thought. I know she played both sides to keep herself safe, but I still think in the end she will choose us over them, and she did not. I think that's what they thought.
They smarter than that.
I think that's what they thought, and they thought like she won't like go against us to save Tori or nothing, and so I think that was what they considered a shock. So yeah, we see her over there strategizing with the vets and doing that stuff, but at the end of the day, I feel like she's gonna choose us, and she didn't. So
but I still understand like. Y'all literally see her sitting in the room with their vets. Anytime there's a strategy meeting, like
how but when it was on the strategy meetings at the beginning, she was telling them the business. Like I think she was. She was sitting in those meetings and she was telling them what was being said. So it's like, yeah, you would.
I think it was a couple of times where she let them be blindsided. So that happens, and then here comes Tori, and this is where I'm really confused because why are y'all boo-hooing? Like,
yeah, I was like, Tori's like, what? Wait, no, what did she say?
So Tori comes in and was like, so are we all going to pretend like y'all didn't vote for me? Or are y'all going to come out and tell me? Like, y'all got two options. And that's already one. Like, again, you already know they're going to vote for you. Like, even if they didn't have that agreement with you, what do y'all want me to do? Like,
Yeah, I don't understand that. Tori's like, I can't believe this. I'm like, basically, Tori's coming to them like, I feel so betrayed. It's literally 4 other options. Who did you think was gonna be the option?
and
Because
three of those four
three of the 4 are my girls. So what was you talking about, Tori? So either it was gonna be this
Cassidy
week.
was already the house vote, so that's one option gone. Michelle technically survivor, and then it's you who's a champ. And you're the toughest girl. Come on now, like come on,
Like I don't understand. Yeah, I think Tori sometimes be in this game, and then she be I don't know what the right word is. Like I don't know what the right word is to say, but like for you to come up to me and be like I can't believe you guys would do this. I can't believe you actually are here. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
Because like
I get Desi being emotional, but again, I'm like, girl, like you didn't lie. Like you didn't lie to her face. Unless they didn't show something, but even then, it's like you didn't lie to her. Like
she did want to work with them, and that's one that I do appreciate about Tori. Tori wants the strong girls to go to the end, and she's not afraid of that. I mean, even if you're not afraid, I don't want people that could beat me at the end. So I understand, but at the same time, like it's understandable if you don't want that. That's 2 different gameplays. But she feels like so betrayed by people she has actively put in before. Just because you decided to work with us this week, last week you wasn't. So what we supposed to do for next week? I'm doing preemptive strike for next week. So
we do see a scene where Josh takes a moment to celebrate the fact that he has made it to the top 5 guys, and this has been the furthest that he's been in his challenge career. And I do want to say that I am confident that Josh is going home next week.
You think so? That would be sad. So yeah, he's not my top pick to win, but because it's like been built up and he's been trying so well, he has said so much that he like wants this and everything, and I think he got in like good shape this season. I think he did well, and so I would like to see him in the final. I mean, if he went home, it wouldn't be either way.
This episode cemented the fact that he's going home next week.
Yeah, I felt like maybe he might have been going home this week. I
definitely thought that too. Like, as soon as he came out, I was talking about how Cuban is ruining for me. I was like, oh, Josh, you about to go home. But like I said, this episode submitted that I feel like he's going home next week. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Josh comes up to the guys and was like, or was this later?
No, that's later.
Oh, okay.
So now
yeah, so basically the guys decide that they wanted to make it a girls' day for after the next elimination because they want to make sure that they are safe and secure enough to make it to the final. And then they don't want to face off against Chris because right now he's 4-0.
Taking people out.
Yeah, and they don't want to be the ones next on that hit list.
Yeah,
he's coming for Horacio's title.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't like particularly Team Chris, but he been in too many times. Now I'm Team Chris. Like I don't know. I can't watch it. But then so they have decided they kind of wanted to be a girls' day.
After the Chris and Desi moment, we get into the challenge. Basically, it's called Brain Squeeze, where challengers will race into a fort, I guess, or like a maze or a bandit ruin, essentially. And they have to find these puzzle bags. Each person is assigned a color, and they have to only pick up one at a time their puzzle pieces. And then once they collect all the bags, they have to build the puzzle. However, they don't know how many bags are scattered throughout this ruin. And when I say my girl Michaela,
yes, Michaela is carrying the season. Really, I mean,
Michaela is carrying on her back. Like my girl is definitely last episode. Michaela. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I love that she's on the season, but I also
she
think
needs to be on 38,
should have been on
39.
39.
So they're all going through. It's really no clear front runner. They all kind of are right behind each other, and it was actually an interesting challenge. Bananas was the first one to be like, "Oh, I examined this room and I only see 7 pieces, so it has to be 7." So everybody started collecting the whole vets, and then, well, I guess they all vets. The whole vets was like, it's 7 pieces, so they're building. And Michaela was like, I'm gonna be a tortoise. I'm walking through this. I don't even want to win. As long as somebody from Survivor wins, I'm good. So she's landscaping. She's observing. She's looking at every nook and cranny. She's making mental notes, and she was like, "Wait, there's some more stairs down here. Oh, so it's not 7, it's 8. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna tell nobody." So when bananas come back, when bananas come back, she's like, "It's 7." She come back, go
And he
down
don't
the
check
more
it.
stairs, and then she tells Desi, Chris, "There's 8. There's more stairs down there." And when I say all the vets was looking stupid when they get there and they started building, and TJ, they call it check. TJ like, no, 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 no. And then they was like, who was it? Michaela was like, "How many pieces you got, Chris?" He was like, 8. Bananas, 8.
I wish he didn't even say it out.
They
Like,
shouldn't have said nothing.
they shouldn't have said nothing. I would have been like, frankly, I would have said 10. Got 10. So they would have went back and looked for some more.
Exactly. Yeah, I would have been that petty person. But I feel like they were trying to be petty to say, be like, "Oh, there's 8. We got our 8." Like, I feel like that's what they was going for. But I would have been like, either don't say nothing, say a higher number, or just wait till almost somebody get it and then be like, "Y'all got y'all 8." And then when they yell check, it's already over.
Yeah. So that was a good challenge. I really like that, and I like the outcome because
I do like challenges where it's very like fast. Like even last season or last USA where they did the
like mini.
Yeah, that paintball arena type thing where they had to go through all that other stuff, carry the tires, come up the lake and all that. I like those challenges where it's like multiple pieces, like have them running around, have them looking at nooks and crannies, make it where anybody can win. But when we say anybody, we mean Chris and Desi because they are our winners.
When I was watching, I was like, I wonder if like Michaela and the other girls could just like help Desi and Chris win if they could pick up their bag. I wonder if somebody would think of that because he said we carry one bag at a time, but once I grab their bag, the producer's not gonna put it back. It's gonna so
I think he said you can't grab anybody else's. But even if you accidentally made a mistake and grabbed one and just moved it a little closer,
what would happen?
Yeah.
Like if I took Chris' bag and brought it all the way to this finish line, what would happen? Because it's not Chris' fault I grabbed his bag, so you can't put his bag back. So at least disqualify me, but his bag's still here.
Yeah.
So I was thinking somebody was gonna do something like that, but nobody thought to do that.
Yeah. So it was a good elimination. Like I said, it was Desi and Chris are the winners. Chris finally got his win. He's finally safe for the last 4 weeks.
I think he won once. I think he won once this season before.
Yeah, with the blue team or something like that. But yeah, I'm glad to see Chris finally get a break. So they return to the house and everyone is pretty much set on it being a girls' day. There's 5 guys and 6 girls, so the numbers aren't even. And then everyone knows that the final is near. This is where Michaela tells Bananas and Josh basically why basically she's like it's gonna be a girls' day. And I think everybody's leaning towards Michelle and they want to know why. And then she was like, she tried to do something shady and it's just basically karma. And then that's when Michelle, creeping by the door, walks in and is like, so you just gonna throw me under the bus like you haven't did anything? And then Michaela just eating her pasta like, girl, you get a little flustered, like calm down.
Yeah, I was like,
And then
Michelle, this is not. I mean,
this is where
he was
Michelle
like
always
riling
go
her up
wrong.
more. So I was like, didn't want it to go any like further, but Michaela was very bothered. And so I was happy about that, but I didn't want it to go further because Michelle was gonna get more upset. I was like, Michelle, you this like people think she like more like what's the word? Like emotional player in situations like this. Just if you just let it go, nobody would have like that of you. But
Yeah.
you couldn't
They
let it
called her
go.
what? The Michelle down? The Michelle down or something?
Michelle down.
Yeah, that. So she
Okay.
coined her nickname, and you know when you get a challenge nickname.
Like what? She said it herself. Was that a thing before she said it? I never heard that before.
I never heard it, but I guess that's amongst the challenger group text and everything.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, so yeah, Michelle is pretty much just digging her own grave. Michaela airing it out, unbothered, like, yeah, girl, keep going.
Yeah, she's
And
like, go
then
ahead.
we get to nominations and basically watch say deliberation. And Chris and Desi was like, I don't want to go for Chanel, I don't want to go for Michaela. And Desi like, perfect. So who do you want to go for out of Tori and Cassidy and Michelle? And he was like, I don't want to go with Cassidy because she already had a tough time. And I'm pretty sure he knew that she was going to be the house vote anyway. So why even make her the main vote? So he's like, I'm okay with throwing in Michelle. And then he was like, the guys are a little trickier. He said Fessy said his name a couple of times, but he's like the only person that was kind of true to him, but he definitely said was an ally with the asterisk was Corey, which I do think Corey.
Yeah.
I mean, Corey knows how to play the game, but I do think Corey has a sense of, I don't even want to say loyalty, but
He has helped Chris out sometimes.
yeah,
So I
he's
understood.
someone who's willing to like, we can compromise on some things like if it's good for both of our games.
Yeah,
Like
I
Corey's okay
understood.
with.
But with the other votes, I would not agree with she for sure still should have put Tori in. Even though I don't think necessarily a Tori would necessarily win or lose, but I still would have put Tori in. Like you even if you do this, Tori is still gonna come for you next week. It doesn't matter.
He's like
Yeah.
Josh is sitting pretty. He hasn't earned any wins. He hasn't
And
been
yeah,
into
yeah.
elimination. He hasn't been nominated. So he's literally skating pretty. So make him sweat a little bit. So that's kind of what the reasoning behind that was.
Yeah. I just realized it. Yeah. So he said that Josh needs to earn his stripes, but I still if I was but the probability of a guy going in wasn't really
Yeah.
high, so maybe not. Yeah, maybe it was safer to put Josh in. And if we're going to like, let's go to nominations for like the regular nomination. So the winners' votes ended up being Michelle and Josh. Which Josh took it good. I think he took it well. I think he been
I
like
mean, he had to because he's known for being emotional.
yeah,
He didn't.
I could tell though he had like given himself like a talk like you're not gonna come on here and do too much, and he was like they did what they had to do. It's not like literally what could they do? It's not that many guys left. It's not that many nobody left, and
Yeah.
so
And then meanwhile, Michelle's in the bed crying because she's going in.
yeah, but she didn't do too much. She didn't like boo hoo.
I
Why?
mean, she already had her meltdown, so
Yeah. Yeah. So when the house vote comes, everybody's doing their vote. Mostly everybody was voting for Cassidy, which I feel like Cassidy knew it. She tried to throw in Chanel. That was I don't even
yeah.
know why you did that, girl.
Just to backtrack a little bit, Josh did state that he goes crying to Corey and Fessy, saying he needs to earn his spot, which is why I know this is where I know he submitted his elimination next
So he said
week.
he want to go in next week.
Yep, he said he wants to earn his spot, and Josh eliminator is piss poor, so he's not going to win the elimination. Definitely with anybody that's left in the house, and then it's a home roll next week. Josh mentioned himself going home next week is because one, he goes crying to Corey and Fessy and states that he wants to earn his spot. His elimination record is piss poor, literally 1-6. And then 2, he said he want to go against Chris, and then he was like, well, and then again, if Chris doesn't go, but yeah, I just don't see Josh making it out to the final.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So we get to the vote and everybody votes. Mostly everybody for Cassidy, one vote for
one
Corey,
vote for Corey,
for
one for Chanel, 7 for
you know,
Cassidy.
7 for Cassidy. And yeah, it's just about what everybody expected. And I was like, oh, maybe I actually was hoping that
I
just
really
to
wanted
throw it
Josh
out.
and
I was
Corey to
hoping
go
for
against each
Corey.
other.
You
Yeah.
know what?
I wanted Josh to go against Corey so
Yeah,
Corey can
I
take
wanted
him
that
home.
too. I was like, actually, I would like it to be Corey.
Yeah.
Not nothing against Corey, but Cassidy had been in there so many times. Like, give her like I didn't want to see it, and
And
so
then,
I
like I said, the edit, that's another thing to add to my list. To the edit also played to the fact that Josh is going home. But yeah, it was very much like, Josh, come on, let's get this little loss out of the way so we can move on. But we'll see how it goes next week. But the game they're playing is called Hot Wheel, and basically the opponent starts on opposite ends of a bar attached to a steering wheel. They kept calling this pink. I don't know if I'm colorblind, but it was definitely
like,
purple.
it was like, am I still talking?
Yeah,
Because it said my internet might have cut off. Right, I was just make sure. It did definitely look like it's like a magenta, pink,
that's
purple, or
still
whatever.
purple. That's still purple. But yeah, they said one is pink and with the asterisk, and yellow in the middle of the pole are corresponding color targets, 6 apiece. Uh, Basically, like a game of tug of war, players will have to kind of overtake the other, and then using their steering wheel, it will light or move a torch towards their target, and the first person or player to get all 6 of their targets lit is the winner. And I don't want to say it was a blowout, but
I mean, it kind of was. I
it was a
think
blowout.
Cassidy got the like the hang of it faster than Michelle, and by the time like towards the middle of the round, Michelle was kind of gassed out, so Cassidy was kind of
Yeah.
able to push and pull her way to get all
Yeah,
her.
Cassidy did that. I think she figured out earlier, like you said, she held the steering wheel and kind of put her leg up to brace it. So while Michelle was trying to like turn and everything, she was using more energy. While Cassidy really just had to hold it still and just kind of reserve herself, which is how she won. Because once that Michelle was gassed out, and like you said, she was able to just.
Yeah, and all of the Survivor girls were cheering on Cassidy because they wanted Michelle to go home. And even in her confessional, Michelle was kind of like, this one mistake cost me the game, and it really did because while the rookie girls, okay, it's not that many girls left, and it's 4
You
of
had a
us.
strong alliance that would have protected you.
Yeah, that would have protected you. It's literally 4 girls and 1 Tory. If we talking girls, there is no one else besides Tory. So you chose that side. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
in the end, if we vote for the girls and who's going against who, we're all going to vote together. And so
Yeah.
she should have definitely stuck with them. And it really was her like demise for the game. But yeah, so Cassidy wins this elimination round and Michelle is going home. So we'll see her in a few weeks. In a few weeks on 39. But yeah, but that is the whole episode. So like you said, we have 2 more episodes to the final.
Yep. Next week is going to be a double elimination. So it's going to be a man and a woman going home. And it's going to be a hall brawl elimination. So it's going to be an interesting hall brawl on the men's side.
But yeah, but that is our review and recap of the Challenge USA season 2. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we will see you next week for a brand new episode. Peace.